Hi, this is Jaden. So the topic we're going to discuss today is about pregnancy nutrition. Eating healthy throughout the pregnancy journey is the best thing you can do for yourself and your baby. Why is it very important for us to eat healthy throughout the pregnancy? If during other normal day, whatever you eat is going to affect your health, but during pregnancy, whatever you eat is going to affect your baby health as well. Eating good nutrition throughout pregnancy is to reduce the risk of the birth defect, supply the nutrient for your baby to grow, and also can minimize the pregnancy complication. Usually, what is the recommended weight gain throughout the whole pregnancy? Averagely, for the normal people, you have to gain around 11.5 kilo to 16 kilo throughout the whole pregnancy. But if let's say your pre-pregnancy weight is underweight, you have to eat a little bit more. So if let's say your pre-pregnancy BMI is overweight, so you cannot be eating so much throughout the pregnancy. If let's say you're eating too much, it's going to affect the delivery complication. I believe a lot of people have to know they have to eat extra, but whenever you eat to eat extra, make sure you are eating the nutrient dense food and not the calorie dense food. On the first trimester, you can just eat normally. You don't need to be eating so much extra food. And during the second and third trimester is the time you start to experience the weight gain. So at that time, you have to eat a little bit extra. When I say eating a little bit extra, doesn't mean that you have to really eat a lot. So you only just have to eat another 300 calorie of the food. 300 calorie food is about 2 slices of the sandwich, like a chicken sandwich, egg sandwich with a glass of the milk is around 300 calories. So if let's say you're eating the grilled chicken salad with a little bit glass of the orange juice is also about 300 calories. But really, one more thing we have to make sure, don't be eating 300 calorie food from all those junk food like donut, ice cream, and things like that. So throughout the whole pregnancy, protein is one of the very important source. No matter you are on the first trimester, second trimester, or third trimester, you cannot eliminate the protein source from your diet. Protein will support the rapid growth and the development of the fetus. So what is the good source of the protein you can get it from the food? You can get it from the lean meat, like for example beef, the grass-fed beef. Grass-fed beef is not only a great source of the protein, it also contains a lot of iron. Iron, which is another good source of the nutrient that you need it during the pregnancy. You also can have chicken breast. You can eat a lot of like salmon and things like that. But for vegetarians people, you need to make sure you can get enough supply of the protein. If let's say you're not eating any meat, then you make sure you eat enough of the soy product like tofu, soya, legume, beans, and nuts. Besides protein, the second thing most important during the first trimester is vitamin B12 and folate. Vitamin B12 and folate is extremely important for both pregnancy and breastfeeding because deficiency of the vitamin B12 will increase the risk of the birth defect and also for the preterm delivery. Oh, another thing is for vegetarians also have to be aware about this vitamin B12 deficiency because most of the food source for the vitamin B12 is come from the animal products, like for example like meat, poultry, egg, and milk. So for vegetarian, you have to take it from the multivitamin and the supplement because lacking of the vitamin B12 is going to lead to a lot of problems during delivery. When you come into the second trimester, you have to take iron. Iron is the most important nutrient for the second trimester. A lot of people, if let's say you suffer from the anemic, you have to take the iron during the first trimester. Because the need of the iron is 1.5 times during the pregnancy in order to support the blood flow and also the oxygen to yourself and also your baby. And one more thing you have to remember is iron is a very heaty and very constipating nutrient. So when you are taking the iron, especially you absorb the iron from the supplements, you need to make sure you taking enough water in order to prevent all this kind of the complication. So what is the food source we can get it from the iron? So beside from the supplement from the iron, you will have to increase the food source which rich in iron. For example, same as well, red meat. You can take the prune, you can take the date, you also can take it from the egg yolk. But one more thing you have to remember is when you are taking all this kind of the iron-rich food, make sure you do not take together with coffee because the coffee will have the bad interaction with the iron absorption. If let's say you want to enhance the iron absorption, you have to take it a lot of vitamin C. You can take a little bit glass of the lemon water or glass of the lemon oranges or lemon juice which contain high in vitamin C. That one is actually very good to enhance the iron absorption and also give you a very good nutrient for the breakfast. Another thing that a lot of people that taking from the supplement is calcium supplement. When you are taking the calcium supplement, make sure the calcium supplement you have to take together with vitamin D and magnesium. Because without vitamin D and magnesium, the calcium supplement you're taking is totally cannot absorb in your body. The function of it is not only just to enhance the bone development, because a lot of research study also come out that taking sufficient of the vitamin D also can help you to reduce the postpartum depression. For those who are having the gestational diabetes and also suffer from the diabetic, you need to take enough vitamin D because vitamin D also can help you to regulate your sugar level in your blood. And some of the mother may also experience a lot of problems like when having a muscle cramp, difficulty in sleeping, then you also have to take enough magnesium. So where is the food source we can get for the calcium, vitamin D and magnesium? Most of the mother will take it calcium from the supplement. If not the calcium, you also can take it from the dairy product, yogurt, egg. But in terms of the vitamin D is very hard to get it from the food source. So you have to get it from the sunlight. Magnesium, you can get it from all those like the nuts, like the walnut, peanut, macadamia, and things like that. And one most important nutrient, especially during the second and the third trimester, is fat. What I mean is DHA. Because during second and the third trimester is actually for your baby eyes and brain development. And you know our brain 90% is actually made up of fat. So if let's say our diet is lacking of the good source of fat, it's going to affect the growth of the brain. So we need to take enough of the DHA. So the DHA actually you can find it from most of the fatty fish, like for example like the salmon, you can get it from the pasteurized chicken. So besides from the animal product, the omega-3 also can get it from the vegetarian source. For example, like you can get it from the chia seed, from flaxseed. You also can get a lot of the omega-3 from the walnut. If let's say you want to take it from the supplement, it's also okay. It's not only just all the omega-3, you also have to take the oil from other source as well. It's not only salmon contain a lot of omega-3, you also can get a good source of the oil from avocado, coconut oil, ghee, olive oil as well. Make sure you supplement yourself with a lot of good source of oil. Don't worry about gaining weight because if let's say you are taking good source of the weight, you won't having the chances of gaining extra unnecessary weight. And the thing you should avoid during the pregnancy is you need to avoid the high mercury fish, for example like shark, king mackerel or tuna. You need to avoid the undercooked food or raw food. For example, you always like to eat the half-boiled oil, you have to avoid. You like to eat the sushi, you like to eat the sashimi, you also have to avoid during the pregnancy because we need to avoid from the unnecessary infection. So like all the organ meat, processed meat like the burger, sausage and things like that, you also have to avoid because this food is very inflammatory. Smoking and alcohol definitely you have to avoid, and all those like the empty calorie food you have to avoid as well. And one last thing is, a lot of people would like to do the detox. Yes, detox is very good. If let's say you are pregnant, try not to taking any detox supplement because we don't want the unnecessary toxic travel around your body. If let's say the toxic cannot get rid of the body very fast, it actually will travel to your baby. Alright, so this is the thing you have to avoid during the pregnancy. Alright, thank you very much.